Oh, I'm shiny today. This needs dealing with. Goodness me. I got off the treadmill an hour ago. I shouldn't still be this shiny. What is going on? Just deal with the shine a little. This is why you should investigate your face before you hit start streaming. See? Infinitely better. Those rascals on the network game mocking me. Oh, you use powder. Did you just see the difference that made? I need a brand deal with powder. Good stuff. How are we all? Are we all good? Are we all excited for an afternoon of transfers? And then at 4 o'clock, you get to find out who I'm going to be managing next in Non-Leader Legend. I know, and I'm not going to tell you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Sugar Mo, for the sub. Beautiful stuff. Right, should we do a YouTube intro so Chris doesn't yell at me, and then we can crack on with these transfers. We did get started yesterday, but we have much work to do this afternoon. It is transfer o'clock. I love a good transfer window. We've managed to do back-to-back promotions from the National League up to League One. That's the symbol for back-to-back promotions, apparently. We are hopefully putting together a squad that can go back-to-back-to-back so that we can then forget about all that time I spent down in the National League. That's the plan. The media think we have a chance. A lot is going to depend on what we manage to bring in during what is effectively the second half of the transfer window. It's the 1st of July. We've already done a little bit of business. And there we have it. Alan, thank you very much for 24 months. And the Davy Scoop is in with 16 months. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Look, I've set up a scene for Standing Kev today as well. There's Standing Kev's camera ready to go if I decide to stand up. I'm down here. Hello. And there's me down here. So we can actually stand up. Is the shirt in the background a spoiler? What, the Football Manager FMFC shirt? No, it's not a spoiler. Mr. Davidson, thank you very much for 12 months. Lovely, 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 lovely. Sugar Mo's in with a tip as well. Thank you very much for the tip. Weirdly, they don't come up on my screen. I have to look all the way over there, but you did notify me that I'd got some money on PayPal. So thank you very much. My watch told me. And Jack is in for 37 months as well. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, the standing camera does have the overhead camera in the way at the moment, but if I decide to stand up, I'll just move it. It just means I've used the overhead camera more recently than the standing camera. But they're all on flex arms, so they can be moved around wherever they need to be moved. So I can just move stuff around and it'll all be fine. Right, little bit of an update on the transfer window so far. We've not done a massive amount just yet. I guess the biggest news so far is who we've released. Okoronkwo, the big headline name who's been released. Even though he got 18 goals for us last year in his first season in the Football League, he wasn't a regular starter. And I've got to back us after back-to-back promotions to be able to do better. This guy spent his entire career in non-league, and at 26 years old, about to turn 27, I find it hard to believe he's going to suddenly turn into a League One quality striker. So thank you, Francis, but go back and play in non-league or for a League Two club where you'll be a superstar. Asa Walsh's brother has gone as well. Davey Scoop, thank you for the bits. Matthew Green, the big boy, 6'5" Matthew Green, after never making the breakthrough, has been released. Then a few fringe players. Aside from that, we've brought in a whole load of Premier League youngsters, none of which were ready for the first team. None of them look really any good. And we've loaned somebody out, but we haven't really done any transfers just yet. We do have a few bits that we've made offers for. Everyone who's coming on trials on the 1st of July, who's got 5-star potential, has been offered a contract. Because we've got oodles of money to play with. We're using less than half or just over half of our wage budget at the moment. And we've got 100 grand of spensies as well. So we have plenty of wiggle room. And we left it on yesterday's stream, having a look through the trialists and deciding who to bring in as potential starters. The other big news is Phil Scott is refusing to sign a new contract. He's out of contract at the end of the season. Doesn't think we can match his ambitions. So after just 1 year at the club, if we get a big offer for him, and we've already turned down 1.7 million, if we get a big offer for him, he will be going this summer, which will be a shame. But if we can't extend his contract, we are still comfortably small enough that we need the money far more than we need the player. Phil Scott is replaceable. 1.7 million would be irreplaceable. And yeah, we have moved out of Butts Park finally. We've moved even further away from Leamington. So after 7 years in Coventry at Butts Park Arena, we've now gone to Solihull, where we'll be playing at Bob Faulkner Park for the time being. One day, I will take this team back to Royal Leamington Spa. Today is not that day. And as the only club legend, I am hoping that when we do go back, they name the ground after me. I just love that. That'd be lovely. Right. Signings. Let's have a look to see what we've got as trialists. You can see just how good Wooster is, that he makes all the other goalkeepers look rubbish. I mean, to be fair, we've got 2 outstanding players, and they make everybody else look rubbish. Scott and Wooster are both, I think, in the media dream 11 straight away. Wooster certainly is. Scott, interestingly, isn't. In fact, Wooster is considered a better player than Scott, which is really interesting. Wooster has signed a new contract. But Scott, that's weird. Very weird. But they're the 2 outstanding players. If we can get anybody close to their level, then that would be super duper. So job 1, let's find a strike partner for Scott. A central defensive partner. The fact that this guy is the same age with the same current ability and potential ability and also under 18 caps. I think Dave Watson is probably my guy. But let's just have a look at what else we've got. Victor Okonkwo, who also looks like a pretty decent standard. Lots of League 2, League 1 experience for him, but he is a little bit older. And then Josh Tobin's even older still. Who else have we got around the club at centre-back? 30 players who can play there, apparently, including all these trials. So, obviously, Scott is here for now. We probably wouldn't be the worst plan to bring in 2 defenders, to bring in Watson and Okonkwo if we can. But on the assumption Scott's probably leaving. We've got Godwin as a backup then. And Andy Smith is still knocking around for the time being. But realistically, he's on his way out. He's got a year left on his contract and will probably be moving on. But let's offer Watson a contract first of all. Okonkwo can't head. Bless you. Are you an attribute person? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he can head or not. All that matters is he got a good star rating? It's all we care about. Right. Let's make the same mistake again with Watson and bring him in on a 1-year contract like we have Scott. Mainly because I want to get him through the door. Get him in and then worry about everything else afterwards is the plan. He's got finishing of 1 as well. Oh, it's a disaster. And then Victor Okonkwo, who... he's better than Big Holman. And being better than Big Holman is impressive. So let's get him in. He's not going to be a starter, probably. Yeah. He's probably not going to come in as a starter, but I think he's going to be a useful guy to have around. He wants a lot of money. We probably didn't need to try and negotiate that down a little bit, and he's not having a massive signing on fee. So we might actually end up talking our way out of signing him just by playing hardball. There we go. I can live with that as an amount of pennies. Right, so that's those 2. Okonkwo would also be the best left back at the club as well, which is interesting because he's right only. Which that doesn't seem right. We've got Chiesa. We've still got Gilks as well. Oh, he's got great hair. Dean Webb, 5-star potential. We already offered him a contract because we're 5-star potential. Goodness me, we should have done. So he's from Aston Villa and Burnley. Let's just offer him a contract. All I need to know is that he's got great hair and 5-star potential. That is a combination that gets you a contract at Leamington FC. This guy's a little younger, but he's a centre-back. And then that's a different Watson, who also has 5-star potential, who we have already offered a contract to. Okay. Right back. Ignore Scott. We've still got Josh Cooper. He's back in on loan for another year. Getting better and better. He's getting active England under 19 caps whilst playing for us, which is awesome. He's probably going to be our starter this year. And if we can find someone young and upcoming to go alongside him, to like be an understudy to him. So we don't really want a 25-year-old who's been a reserve in the championship. He'll come in expecting to play. So I think probably this guy is our guy. Kenneth Issa can come in and compete with him. Again, you're not having a signing on fee. And you're not having all this nonsense. This can all go away. What do you think this is? Who do you think you are? And who do you think you're talking to? Asking for all this nonsense. There you go. And then at the base of the midfield, where we are a little bit weak, Ralph Prisso. The Moroccan guy has 20 jumping reach. Good eye, whoever spotted that. Who did spot that? Docklad. What was his name? Is this him? 20. He's 6'4" with 20 jumping reach. But he's an emergency back. See. Is he not any good? Is that the problem? Maybe he's not any good. But he has got 5-star potential. He's only a National League player currently. He's not going to get a contract either. So let's not even worry about him because he's not going to get a work permit. Right, Priso. 28 is a little bit older. We looked at him yesterday. I remember looking at a 28-year-old Canadian yesterday. He's a right back, so forget he exists. And then Tobin is a defender. So let's offer Priso a contract. I think, did we establish we think he might get a work permit because he's been playing for Canada? Although he has only played 2 internationals recently. So it's going to be a bit iffy. He might not even agree terms where he wants a lot of money. It's like he thinks we're a proper football club. We're only Leamington. No, he's just going to give us a red decline immediately, isn't he? Yeah. So let's terminate his trial and forget he exists because we don't need him clogging up the team in friendlies. Tobin, I don't want in midfield. I don't really want to bring in a 30-year-old. I'm less desperate for players the further forward we go. I think attacking-wise, we are quite solid. Kai Edwards, 25 years old, former England under-20 international. Same haircut as Theodros, which is exciting. 3.5. 5. See, he's been playing in the Championship as a sub, I guess, in the Championship for years, for his entire career. So to come and be a sub in League One, he should be well ready for that. Star player. Yeah, we probably will start this guy, won't we? Although we're going to have the same situation we just had with Matey, where because he wants so much money, it's probably not going to be an option. Or we might actually persuade him. After 20 league games, he wants to go up to 7.75k a week. That is bonkers. His agent is the one who's really pushing here. You're not having that either. Wow, we've actually agreed to deal with him. Do we actually want him? He's pretty slow. He's going to be the support striker, effectively. He's going to play in that Goodrum Theodros role. So we need a quick guy alongside him. Aribim Peppel. Obviously, we've still got Hughes. We've got 34 goals last year. So I think Hughes can probably do that job. And then I think that might be everyone off this batch that I like the look of. French under-20 international. So if we got all of them, which we probably won't, if we got all of them, we'd still have money left over. So let's see how many of them agree to come in. Get rid of Okoronkwo, bring in a Okonkwo. Yeah, exactly. We're becoming more efficient. We got rid of like 5 letters there. That is an efficiency upgrade. Makes all the sense in the world. Right, this is where everyone else starts coming in for these players and we don't end up getting any of them. But we'll see. We'll see how many of them arrive, and then we'll do another batch of trials. And I think we're probably hitting the point now where we always get to this point on a Road to Glory save where you have to consolidate for a year or two because you get to the point where the players who'll come to you aren't good enough to improve you. And anyone who'd actually improve you, you either can't afford or they just won't agree to sign for you. So we might be hitting that ceiling. We'll see. We'll find out depending on how many of them actually come in. Right. Let's just tickle that chap. Vasilios Karagiannis. Is this a loan? No, this is a permanent transfer. 22-year-old centre-back, 6'2". We like him at 6'2". However, I don't think we need this guy. So we will withdraw that transfer. Right, what's going on in the chat? Apologies if it's against channel rules, but could I send you a link to my tweet thread of my FM career for tips? I play FM mobile and don't have recording software, so it's stills only. I'll be really honest with you and say I'm probably not going to look at it because I don't play FM mobile and I don't really read long Twitter threads. So I'm probably not the guy to ask. So thank you for asking nicely, though. We've got loads of players. Look at, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defenders we're trying to sign here. We get them all. That's crazy. 8 defenders and 1 striker. That's it. We're not trying to bring in anyone else. Right, so this guy's not getting a work permit, so there's no point signing him. Which is a shame. Released by Paris Saint-Germain. He's willing to sign for us, but he hasn't got a work permit, so there's no point. Right, Kai Edwards is coming in. That's our big headline signing of the summer. That's our we mean business. Here's a top quality player. Let's calm everybody down. Our Okawankwo replacement is in, even though he's a different kind of striker. He comes with an excellent reputation. Best striker at the club. Not going to score a ton of goals, but going to be a creative force. Tyler Goodrum, his Leamington career has just been finished with 1 signing. Right, who's this guy? Right, this is just the kids starting to flow through the door. Oh, see, this is the kind of player we want. Lovely. One for the future. There's the standard. I'm going to sign 6 strikers part of the transfer window. Happen later then. I almost never do that. If you look back through my last 5 summers, most of our strikers have been E-gears. You're just pinning what other creators do on me. I'm far more considered in my transfers than that. I am, as you know, the best at doing transfers because I'm Kev. Right, we have been offered a new contract, a big fat contract, £1,600 a week, which is a nice little pay rise, a £300 a week pay rise. Lovely stuff. Of course, we're just going to sign it. No, I mean, we'll negotiate a little. We'd be rude not to negotiate. I think we'd be insulting the board not to negotiate a little, because then they go away from it thinking, oh, did we offer him too much? He signed straight away. So we had to do a little bit of negotiating just to make them feel good, but they weren't up for it. That's fine. Right, we didn't get that guy. How many of these defenders have we got so far? We got that guy. I remember year of yearly left back signings. Well, yeah, fullbacks are different. Fullbacks are key players. You can stick any old quick person up front and they'll score goals. You don't need to worry about who's playing up front. Your key position's a fullback. You got good fullbacks, you win the league. Strikers, you can just insert anybody. New contract equals new house. I mean, it's not a bad shout, especially because we've moved to Solihull. How much is £1,600 a week over a year? 83 grand a year. Halifax mortgage calculator. Other mortgage calculators are available. It's the second time today I've been on this website. Right. So 83 grand, wasn't it? I think it's 83,200. Come on, just give me the number so we can get on Rightmove. £395,000 in Solihull. We've got to live near the ground. Up to 400, we'll say. What does 400,000 buy you in Solihull? Oh, hello, chairs. Lovely, lovely. So, see-through table, always the sign of riches. Look at the size of those chairs. I mean, that one shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting a cushion as a chair. 8, 9, 10, 11. You can fit someone in the middle. 12. Like, there's 14 chairs in that one shot. You got a river that comes with it, apparently. That hallway, unless that's just a really wide angle lens, that hallway looks bigger than my office, which I'm disgusted by. That doesn't need to be all hallway, surely. More chairs up here. A fridge specifically for putting bottles in. But I'd fill that with lemonade. Obviously, as a non-drinker, no point me having a wine fridge. But I'll fill it with 7-Up. I'll be well away. Do I get a lift? I hope that's a private lift. Oh, it comes with a duck and a Costa and a kitchen bar. Well, it looks like this is where we're going to be living. Let's look at the floor plan. So we go in there. There's a big cup. Toilet, living room, kitchen, diner, balcony. That's where the magic happens. That's my office. A third bedroom. And then principal bedroom with ensuite. Yeah, this is, I mean, in terms of Football Manager, lovely for 400 grand. In terms of real life, genuinely, you're looking at a 3-bed flat for 400 grand in Solihull. The world has gone absolutely insane if that's what you get for £400,000. Oh, we didn't get a conquo. Boo hiss. Competent alpaca, thank you for the sub. Slayer, thank you for the prime. Right. We're just going to wait for these final transfers to either come in or decline us. All but 2 of them have declined us so far. And then we'll get another batch of trialists in and go again. Solihull's the posh bit of Brum, is it? I stayed in an Airbnb in Solihull and ordered TGI Fridays. And you could see TGI Fridays from the window of the Airbnb. But I wanted to be fancy on Deliveroo. Because we don't have Deliveroo around here. Or we didn't then. And I watched him come out and eat it in his car. And I had to get another one delivered. Man ate my dinner. Right, Dean Webb. Who the hell is Dean Webb? Oh, he's the guy with the good hair. Yeah, he's coming in. Get him in. It's where Grealish is from. Is it? But it must be posh then. He's got long hair. Only posh people have long hair. All right. Give him a squad number. He's not going to be playing anytime soon with only 2-star current ability. Hope we didn't give him too much money. Eek. Eek. That's not a very good signing. He'll be fine. What you got to remember is the quality of those two players who are really, really good makes everyone else look rubbish. That's what I'll keep reminding myself. He's not as good as Gilks or Kiezu. Yikes. Right, we need these two in. How are my veggie dippers? They're very nice. I had some veggie dippers yesterday. Oh, we're not getting any of them. McDonald's veggie dippers are one of the best things they have on the menu. Is that everyone turned us down now? It is. Even Ruben Neves turned us down. Even Dominic Calvert-Lewin, unbelievably, turned us down. Right, let's go again for round 2. Get some more trialists in. Don't know why they keep recommending all these old men. Perhaps the game thinks we need some experience. These are all old. I don't want a team of pensioners. It's ridiculous. Right, all the young ones are already here on trial. And then we've got the pensioners. The pension posse. See if we can get... It's just... I guess we can have a look at some of these who we didn't get the first time. Like him. Does he become a more attractive option now we've missed out on all those others? He has got League One experience. I just don't see myself playing him ahead of Hughes. Jack Maloney. Is he now a more attractive option? Don't really know what I'd use him for. Elliot Thorpe. Likewise, don't really know how I'd use him as an old man. Josh Tobin is showing up everywhere. Perhaps we should offer him a contract. He can play in every position. He's not going to sign for us because he was already got on his way to Tranmere, I think I just saw. But we'll try. I guess we'll try Thorpe as well. Why not bring in a bit of experience? Other than the fact that experience is generally quite expensive. But if we can't bring in loads of youngsters, we just got to bring in some players this summer. Having some players is going to be key. So on that basis, let's try Peppel as well. Oh God, he's got a D. No, I'm not bringing in someone who's got a D on their report thing. Andre Givet. I don't think we get because of work permit. No. So there's no point looking at him. Then we've got the big boy again. Should we sign Pharrell Williams to play right back? $4K a week is fine. We're in League One now. How much do you think League One footballers earn? Right, let's have a look at a few more who might be any good. Offer these. Let's just wait for those trials to end, then we'll offer the next ones. Panagiotis Sangos. We'll have a look at him in a minute. Barry Maguire. I feel like he's made a career as a lookalike. I'm going to bring in Barry Maguire as replacement for Phil Scott. No. No Barry Maguire today. I think Andy Smith we let go because he's a two-star player now. And he barely played for us last year in League Two. So if we're actually being offered cash money funds for him, we bite their arm off for them and say, yes, please, give me the monies. Right. This should be that bunch of trialists leaving so we can bring in the next batch now. Yeah, trialists gone. So we can now do the next batch. It's not that we need loads of players. We just don't want to miss out on a bargain. So let's put this filter on for like no older than 27 who don't currently have a club. And offer all of them trials. And see what happens. I will hydrate. I've got a beverage here. Right. Hopefully, there'll be a little gem in this batch that we can bring in. Although several of them are already agreeing deals with other clubs. They've got no loyalty to me. I just offered them a trial this morning. And now they're just going to blatantly sign for somebody else. Hi, Francis. Sorry, you weren't supposed to be on that group email. My mistake. Carry on going about your business. You're fine. I don't think he knew it was us. It'll be fine. All right. Next batch of trialists are in. If none of them are any good, we stop worrying and we just go into the new season with this squad. There's no point bringing in players who aren't as good as what we've already got. Unless they're really young and have loads of potential, which neither of them are. Yeah, these players who just come in as fringe players on a lot of money, there's no point. There is no point bringing in any of them. None of them are good enough. So let's cancel them all. And then work out how many players we've actually got in our first team squad. And we might just go with this tiny, cheap squad. And wait and see what my director of football can unearth for me. He'll find me players if he thinks I need them. Might have to rely on him a little bit this summer. Right, so we currently have a squad of 20 players. Which is probably okay. There's no obvious weak spots. I think we just sit and wait. And if my director of football has been told to do it, which I think he has. Yeah. Let's see what Postman Pat can deliver for us. Oh, content. Content. I don't even want those other ones we're just about to come in. They can get lost as well. Do I want him on £4,000? No! Dave Sutton. That's a good name. Good solid name. Dave Sutton. I mean, his name sounded 6 feet tall. He's got mad professor hair, which is interesting. Is there a network game this week? Should be. I've not heard that anyone's unavailable, so I expect there will be. Like I've said before, we don't know. We don't talk. There's no conversation until 5 o'clock on a Thursday when it's like, we're doing a network game, yeah? And we're like, yeah. Right, who the hell's this guy? And why are we offering £250,000 for him? Oh, we're not. Or are we? Hold on. Yes, we are. Why are we? Where did we get £250,000 from? My budgets have been shuffled around without my knowledge. I don't want a £250,000 player. Unless he's like Gaza. Zed said on stream yesterday, Thursday, Friday were March Madness for him and he needed to do it tomorrow. I don't know what that means. I guess he forgot to say something to you guys. Well, if he's unavailable, then there won't be a network game. But like I say, I've had no confirmation that it's not happening. So we'll just wait and see. Let's let it be a surprise. Weasel Gamer, thank you for 17 months. Posture check. No. Come on. Might stand up in a minute. Test out the standing camera. Now I've said it, it's all I can think of. I want to do it. Let's test out the standing camera. What I do need is an animation for when it switches between the two cameras, so you don't see that happen. There you go, there's the back of my monitor. Isn't that good? And then we switch to this camera. Right, we need to get this one out of the way. Oh, get that out of the way up there. And then that's a bit out of focus. Oh. Problem is, there's no. The reason I replaced this camera is there's no autofocus on it. Well, there is, but you can't have autofocus. Have it work. Focus on this guy. There you go. That should be just about focused on me now. Remember this camera, everybody. But what I need is an animation for switching between the two cameras. That takes the exact time it takes for the desk to rise. March Madness is a college basketball tournament. What, like a school sports day? What's that got to do with Zealand? It's also a bit darker. Yeah, it always was, wasn't it? Very dark. I mean, Nerdphonic will have you believe this is how it's supposed to look. If you've ever seen Nerdphonic's camera, his is always dark like this. It's one of the biggest betting days in the US. Americans are so weird. What are they betting on kids for? Claudio Kitely. Nah. We're spending money. Someone's coming straight into the first team. They are the rules. Next time I've got a spare £2,500, I'll buy another one of those cameras I've got there to put here. But that ain't going to be until Christmas now. So you're going to have to put up with this one for a little while. You'll only see it for little bits of streams when I need to stand up because of my butthole or my achy legs. Right. Alex McGurk. A right back, but not as good as the right backs we've already got. So again, if you're not as good as what we've got, I'm just going to cancel it. That's how it works. The Schwaz, thank you very much for the sub. Americans take college sports more serious than they do professional sports. Yeah, that's madness. We played the last few games in League 2 yesterday. Right, this looks a bit more like it. Ed Nelson. Would come in as best central midfielder. Second best centre-back behind Scott. That's the kind of player we'll spend money on. Oh, Scott is a problem. How can we convince him to sign a new contract? There's not really a way, is there? In real life, I'd be having the discussion of, look, you're getting your transfer one way or the other. Just sign a 1-year extension so that we can sell you for proper money. You're going anyway. You're that good. It's not going to stop you leaving. But please don't be a bumhead. He's being a bumhead. Samak, thank you for 9 months. Have you heard the Glazers are planning to knock Old Trafford down and rebuild it? About time too. One of the worst grounds I've ever been to. No leg room. It's just, yeah, tiny leg room, horrible, tiny little uncomfortable seats, not made for full-size adults. The area underneath the seating, the little concourse, so you can't even call it that. It's just dangerous and old, and I can't believe it's not been knocked down already. So yeah, good on him. Get it knocked down pronto. Replaced with something modern and fit for purpose. It's not the reaction you were hoping for, is it? They could play at Anfield for a year while it's being knocked down, couldn't they? That'd be nice. What's my favourite ground of the ones that I've been to? The Emirates. Proper comfortable seats at the Emirates. I've ever been to any Scottish ones. I've never been to Scotland. I've never been further north than Leeds. I wonder if we open the blinds while I'm standing up, letting some light. Makes the lighting a little harsh on one side of my face, but it does stop it seeing so dark. I don't want to fiddle with the settings of the lights. The lights are set up perfectly for the other camera, so I don't want to fiddle with them. We'll let some natural light in while I'm standing up. It's far too bright on one side of my face. It's a very harsh line down the middle. Wouldn't ever dream of putting out a YouTube video like this. But at least you get to see my beautiful face. Right, recruitment analyst. We'll have this guy. He's got a beard. You're not having that though. Maybe we won't get this guy. Beard or no beard. Oh, we will. Did we only need one recruitment analyst? Yeah. Smashing. United could share with City for a season. It'd be more fun for them to share with Liverpool. Camera angle makes me look small like Anna. I mean, it doesn't, does it? It really doesn't. The angle is actually identical to the other angle. Because it was measured out to make sure it was. So it looks down on me to the point where you don't see my double chin. Both cameras are the same angle. Right, who's this guy? An A star. An A plus. Well, there's no point loaning him, and we're not going to pay £7 million for him, so we don't need to worry about him. Have I ever been to Ellen Road? I've been refused entry to Ellen Road because I thought I was a terrorist because I have a beard. Absolute true fact. We were filming there for an old podcast. We had it prearranged in the past that we'd be able to come in and film a little wander around the stadium. We'd done it at loads of grounds before. And we got there and the security guard took us to one side and said, "You've both got beards." What was his exact phrase? "You've both got beards. You've both got beards. For all I know, you could be terrorists." And he wouldn't let us in. So we went to Headingley instead. And they let us in without an appointment. So, yeah. I have a special, the opposite of a soft spot, a special hard spot for Leeds. Really don't like Leeds. Because that was a really scummy attitude for a human being to have. Headingley cricket or rugby, both. They're basically the same ground, aren't they? They're the stands are basically back to back. Right, performance analyst. I want someone who identifies as a performance analyst. I don't want someone who wants to be a recruitment analyst, just trying to get their foot through the door as a performance analyst. I want someone who's dreamed of being a performance analyst since they were at primary school. It's all they've ever wanted. I want to analyse performance for a living. I don't care whose performance, I just want to analyse it. On the upside of that trip to Leeds, we did go to an all-you-can-eat Chinese in the Spice Girls Museum that day, so it wasn't all bad. There were a few high points. There's a Spice Girls Museum. It was in the museum in the middle of Leeds. If you know Leeds, there's a museum. Oh, we've not got this guy. There's a museum near an all-you-can-eat Chinese in the middle of Leeds. And about 10 years ago, they had a Spice Girls exhibit and called it the Spice Girls Museum. So I got to go there and wear a ginger wig. Do I give access to my save files? No. Because people spoil it for everyone. People can't resist telling me all the places I went wrong and then telling me the current ability and potential ability of all my players. And it just gets really wangy. So no, I don't. Pick so it didn't happen. Am I going to have to log into Facebook? I don't log into Facebook. It'll be on the Facebook page of the podcast. So let's have a little look. These are publicly available photographs. If I can log into Facebook. I don't even know how to use Facebook anymore. How do you get to pages? Group? No, it's not a group. It's a page. Pages. This is such a terrible website to try and navigate around. It's like they don't want you to find anything that you're looking for. There we go. So these are the photographs from the trip to Leeds. So this was the day they wouldn't let me into the Ellen Road. But there, it wasn't called the Spice Girls Museum. It was Spice World, the exhibition. 28th of January to the 3rd of July, 2011. And there's me wearing a ginger wig. Told ya. Told ya. I guess that's where we got the Chinese, the Spice Quarter. Oh, there you go. The awesome all-you-can-eat buffet where we had lunch. I imagine we had lunch there. That's me at the Royal Armouries. That's a tiger eating an elephant. That's sheepdog. That we really enjoyed the all-you-can-eat buffet. Apparently it wasn't just Chinese. It was Thai, Chinese, Indian and Italian for £6.95. That is value. That really is value. And this is, there you go. This is as close as we were allowed to get to Ellen Road. Boo hiss. Confirmation that they didn't let us in. But we did get into Headingley. There's Sheepdog pretending he's ever heard of cricket. Me looking like a cricket expert. Then there's the rugby side as well. And a rhino. And a big sign that says cricket on it. And apparently a brewery as well. Oh, and Jesus was there. Excellent. We saw Jesus on the way home. And that was our trip to Leeds 11 years ago. You're glad you asked now, aren't you? Shall we sign Tadio Coman? Can't afford him. I didn't let you in with it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. It was basically stubble. Wasn't even a proper beard. But still enough for him to be racist. And imply that any facial hair means you're a terrorist. Sorry, I accidentally said imply. He outright said facial hair means you're a terrorist. He didn't have a beard, no. He was clean shaven. I mean, this was 11 years ago. This was before beards were cool. Any facial hair 11 years ago meant you were lazy, whereas now it just means you're a hipster. Everyone has a beard. If you don't have a beard now, it's considered a little bit weird. It's gone from, why does he have a beard? What's he trying to hide? Which was the old attitude, to, why doesn't he have a beard? What's that about? Where's his beard? I'd like to think I am solely responsible for that change. We're signing a winger here because we can't get anybody else who's any good. I have no idea what I'll do with this guy if we bring him in, but it's a signing. He'll just have to learn to play central midfield or up front or something. I'm too babyface for facial hair. Well, facial hair is all about getting rid of the baby face, isn't it? I look like I'm 9 if I shave my beard. Mainly, I mean, I wouldn't know for sure. The last time I was clean shaven, I probably was about 9. Don't discriminate against non-beard people. Well, I will. If I grow a beard, it's obvious I live across a priest. I don't know what that means. Hydrate. Down in 1. Well, it was just 1 mouthful left, but I still downed it in 1. That's what that means, right? We have got a very small squad at the moment. Oh, I know what preschool is. I don't know what you mean by living across a preschool. You shaved when you were 9. Everyone shaves when they're 9. Or you end up with that weird moustache, don't you? No one wants the weird moustache. Any good beard oil recommendations? What am I using? Man Cave beard oil at the moment. I use most of their products. They're good products. No, not good enough to spend money on. Cancel, withdraw, don't want. Leamington could lose Scott. Yeah, well, I'd like not to. Ah! Ah! Phil Scott's going to discuss a contract. Yes, we'll appoint him as captain. Of course we will. This is sensational news. Oh, this is the signing of the summer right here. Signing of the summer. Now we just need that to go through. What do the media think of our summer so far? Still think we're a mid-table side. Come on, I just want to see the contract now. Just stumbled on your stream. I have the same save. Also Leamington, same year, same league. Nice. Did it take you like 8 years to get out of the National League as well? Or is that just me? Right. Are we still on a tiny squad? Of course we are, 'cause we've not really signed anybody. Oh, 3 signings all summer and 2 of them aren't good enough to get in the team. It's a disaster. Luckily, we've still got a month of transfer window left. We're just leaving it late. We're establishing ourselves in League One before we make any moves. It's not that we can't find anybody. It's not that we've hit that exact point I described before where everybody is either too expensive or not good enough to improve us and there's no in between. It's not that at all. Oh. Hello up there. It's me down here. Hi. Oh, why am I so blurry? Kev, I'm right here. Have you been focused on the back of the monitor for too long? You've forgotten how to focus on a face. Kev. But there's a hand. Now slowly, let's bring you back out. Let's bring you back out slowly so you can realise there's a face here. There we go. That's how you do autofocus, boys and girls. Much better than what we had to do on the other camera. Just want to tell you how excited I am today's Non-League Legend. I'm excited for you all to see it as well. It's a premiere. Specifically a premiere because I didn't want there to be any spoilers. I don't want people skipping ahead and spoiling it in the chat, in the comments. I don't want the length of the episode to be a spoiler. Because obviously if the episode's half an hour long and I get an interview after 28 minutes, then you know I'm getting that job. So I've made it so if you watch it when it comes out at 4, you can enjoy the experience entirely spoiler-free. Makoko has gone to Bayern Munich for £175 million. They have only just signed Haaland. I think Pedro Luis is there in this save as well. Yep, Pedro Luis is there as a 24-year-old. That's his development finished. Oh, they did have Haaland, but I guess Haaland's retired maybe? Or left? Haaland. Oh, he's gone to PSG. Oh, okay, so it must have been on Earth 1 that he went to Bayern Munich. He never went to Bayern in this save. That makes more sense then. So on Earth 1 they got Haaland, on Earth 2 they get Makoko. Okay. No, Delgado doesn't exist on this one. Pedro Luis was just young enough to make the cut. Just old enough, even. Anyone younger than Pedro Luis, I don't think, has made it over to this world. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Signing of the summer. Phil Scott's going to be at Leamington for life. I'm on his best friends list. And he's now our club captain as well. What a beautiful state of affairs. Probably needs a haircut if he's going to be captain, but let's not get too bogged down with all that. That is stunning. Right, with him and Wooster tied down, anything's possible. We're drifting further and further down this list, which is a little bit alarming. But I guess that's because other teams are making signings and we're not really. But in my defence, I don't know who to sign. I like my squad. And it's very different. What we might do, we've got money to spend. Let's see if there's anyone who'll actually cost us a fee that is worth bringing in. If we could find an attacking version of Scott, whether that's as an attacking midfielder or a striker or whatever it might be, someone his kind of age with his kind of potential, just come in and be a star and make us a lot of money in the process, that would be nice. I mean, we're not going to be able to bring in this guy who's on 14 grand. Because we're not going to be able to pay his wages. Shall we try? Because I imagine he's a hero. No. What we can do, I guess, is take that filter off of there, but bring this down to young. If we're going to spend money, we need to know that we can get that money back. So let's take them down to 23-year-olds who are either homegrown or going to get a work permit. I can never remember which one of these work permit is on. Work permit chance. Make that or. So A+ players is what we're looking for. There's only 3 of them that we've got scouted. So he's available on loan. How many loans have we got at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we don't really have room for another loan. Although, to be fair, we're never going to play Cooper and Balogun together. So is it a case of just 5 in the matchday squad? I don't know where I'm looking. Maximum of 6 players over the age of 22 allowed out on loan. Maximum of 4 players allowed on long-term loans from the same club in a season. Is there no limit on how many loans we have? The squad must have no more than 5 loan players. Okay. The actual how many we can have at the club is unlimited. So on that basis, we can bring this guy in on loan. Because we know how important fullbacks are. And then this guy's an A+ player as well. He's the same position as him, so I guess. Should we try and sign this guy? I can't imagine it's going to go well. Let's just throw cash. We're obviously going to do it on installments. Because I'm not crazy. We're going to gamble the future of the football club. Because I'm not crazy. I don't think we're going to be able to discuss terms with him. Yeah, I know A+ talks is to do with potential and stuff. That's why I want someone who's ready for the first team now, like him, with potential to go on and be a star, so we can make money on him later. That's what we're looking for, really. We're not going to be able to pay that salary. We shouldn't even try and pay that salary. I'm obviously going to try and pay that salary. Oh, he wants all the money in the universe. Imagine if we sign him. This could be a key moment in the series if we get this guy. Oh, there we go. That's that one done then. Super duper. Ugh, player search screen. Yuck. We could do with a midfielder, I think. Let's have a look at depth. The depth on current ability. We could do with a backup goalkeeper. We don't really have one. We're good for centre-backs now. We're good for full-backs, especially if we get that left-back in. That would be a great left-back then. I guess we're all right for centre-mids. 7 good centre-mids. I mean, it's a well-balanced squad. It's just a small squad. It's only 18 players. And that's going to be the problem. Where's the dev centre? So we have got some youngsters that we could bring up. If needed. I mean, Conte's been around the first team squad for years. I mean, he's down in the under-23s. He's nearly ready for first team football. He's played over 100 games and been part of 2 title-winning teams. So I think we can probably give him a go if need be. I'm less worried than I was before. I think we'll be fine. I'm back to trusting my director of football. Give us your prediction for Man United versus Atleti and Benfica versus Ajax. I have no idea. I wouldn't have even been able to tell you they were playing. I have no interest in European football. Have we bought anyone decent? All you need to worry about, Chris, is we've re-signed Phil Scott and signed this guy who's quite a good striker. But Phil Scott extended his contract. You'll be delighted to know. And now we're after another right back from Staines with 5-star potential. So I'll actually let this one go through. I think this is the first director of football signing I'm going to allow to happen this summer. Oh, I know who we could try and sign. Try and bring him home. Wouldn't be interested in joining Leamington under any circumstances. What? Can we loan him then? Bring him home? 10% of his salary. Oh, no, it's 100. I thought it was 10%. Was that amount? That would be ridiculous. We can't afford to pay 100% of his. I guess we could pay some kind of fee. But if we do that, I want to get him permanently. So if we say mandatory future fee, not interested in a permanent deal, we'll see. We'll see. So we need to make up another 1,800 a week. Calculator time. 1,800 times 52 divided by 12. So if we pay them 8 grand a month, let's make it an optional future fee. Because that should get him in for this season. And then if we get promoted, which I think we might with him and Scott together at the back, he might join us permanently then. And they want 71k as the optional future. Right, there we go. See if we can bring Roberts home. I have got a lot of loans already, but remember, we won't use them all at the same time. We're not going to use Holman and Roberts at the same time. We won't use Balogun and Cooper at the same time because they play in the same positions. So it's not an issue, really. This guy looks like he could be a decent one for the future. Obviously, he's a right back, not a winger. But 4.5-star potential. Plucking out of non-league Wigan. That works for me. How is Dector doing? Dector looked like he was going to be a superstar when he first signed, and he really went off the boil second half of the season. Who did I sell? We didn't sell anybody, but we've just had cup runs and stuff. Plus, we got loads of wage budget, which we've transferred into a transfer budget. I think we started the stream with 100k transfer budget and something like 46 grand a week in wages. And we've just shuffled the budgets around a little bit. It's nearly the start of the season, which is alarming. We're still on such a very small squad. Oh, if we can bring Roberts back, that's going to be beautiful. There you go. We're bringing in all the fullbacks now. This is what we needed. Couple of extra right backs. I think that's 5 in our squad of 20 now. Are right backs. That's what we needed. I'll level with you. I thought the previous guy was this guy from Staines. I don't remember making offers for both of them. But it turns out we have, and now we've signed them both. Roberts is 25 now. I wonder if he's still superhumanly awesome. Or if he'll just come in and be a reserve. That would be very disappointing if it turns out he's not as good as I remember him. But I'd like to think Roberts and Scott could take us all the way to the championship as a centre-back partnership. And we'll forever refer to them both as homegrown, because they're as close to homegrown players as we can get at a club like this at the moment with no youth setup. Right, Scott is captain. Gilks doesn't want to be considered, bless him. Aww. So I guess we give vice captaincy to Kai Edwardson. Another kick in the teeth for Tyler Goodrum. We must know by now that he's just about done. Come on, give me Roberts. If we can get Roberts and then somehow find a really pacey striker who's going to get us 600 goals this season. Oh, that'd be lovely. Who is that midfielder that we let go at the same time as Roberts? We should perhaps go and see what he's up to. I can't remember his name. Michael Johnson. What's he doing these days? Playing for Enugu Rangers. I wonder if he's good enough to come back. Shall we offer him a trial? That's what I'm trying to do. Offer him a trial. He's only earning 325k a week. If he's that good, then he might be worth bringing home. Leadership courses. I don't think I've ever sent anyone on a leadership course. We'll have to just scout him them. So I've got absolutely no way of knowing if he's good enough to play for us anymore. Right, we've got the left back. Just bringing in all the loans. 325k a week. Is that what I said? I meant £325 a week. Yeah, £325 a week. Not K. I got him confused with me. Have you noticed that the autofocus holds better now we've got Batman rather than Stone Cold behind me? David Roberts is coming home, boys and girls. So it was Stone Cold causing all the autofocusing problems all that time. Who knew? Yeah, he's not as good as he was. But at least he's home. And now he's here. I'm going to immediately try and make it permanent in the hope that being here will convince him he wants to stay here. Because I've had that work before. They didn't want to join permanently until they arrive on loan. But then once they're here... You're literally going to be doing that for the next year anyway, David. What a plum. What's the big attraction of playing in Brazil anyway? He's Welsh. Doesn't think playing in League One is a good career move, but is happy to be a reserve in Brazil. Brazilian weather is apparently more pleasant than Welsh. Depends how you class pleasant. I wouldn't want to be sweaty all the time. I can only assume he's hoping to become friends with the next Neymar and then become part of his entourage. That's got to be the plan. Sun parties and women in Brazil. None of that seems particularly appealing for a footballer with his head switched on to a blossoming career. His partner's from Brazil. That makes more sense. He's just had that difficult phone call convincing her he's going back to Leamington for another year. Not that place again. I hate it there. Don't worry. They've relocated to Solihull. Oh, at least we're in League One now. It's a bit different. He's done 3 years for us in the National League. Now he gets to play for us in League One. Right. The new look team. It looks pretty solid if you ask me. We're playing Tranmere. Let's go do a football. Apparently there are 86 things to do in Leamington Spa. That seems like a lot of things. I would like you to list some of them, yes. Remember, we're not in Leamington, though. We are in Solihull. This is our first game in Solihull, in fact. At Bob Faulkner Park. We're also in the same division now as Peterborough, the team who on Earth 1 I left Leamington to go to. So we've caught up with that part of the save now. I did win League 2 last year. Yep, we went back-to-back promotions. We're looking for the triple promotion now. Big Holman! Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. He's a little bit sad because Little Holman's gone out on loan this summer. So he is the only Holman at the club again. But he's not losing his big. Big Holman, first goal in League One. Who is this David Roberts fella? Don't need him. Big Holman's here. Lovely. We're going up as bleeping champions. All we know is how to win. It's all we know how to do after these last 2 years. Come on, let's do it again. Oh, no. But from the other side, we've got some very juicy fullbacks now, and I like it a lot. I love the fact that Theodros is still a key part of the team. And there is Jamar Hughes. He's arrived in League One. 34 goals last year in League 2. Pretty close to 30 in the National League the year before. Lovely stuff. 2-0 up against Tranmere. Hello? Why am I in trouble? Why am I in trouble? I'm in trouble. I don't know why. Interesting. I don't know what I've done. Is there a massive pile of Pokemon cards out there that I didn't know about? Can't be it. I'm going to be worried for the rest of the stream now. You've got Pokemon cards, haven't you? There's a very good chance there's a massive box that says Pokemon Center on the side of it out there. There's a very good chance of that. But I don't think there is. I didn't hear the doorbell go. Look at this. We're in the automatic promotion spots. Either Pokemon cards or wrestling figures. She's given up on being annoyed about the wrestling figures now. That's been years. Have my Dark Order figures turned up. That would be nice. I'd like it if they have. And I've probably ordered like 3 boxes of them because they kept not coming. So I probably kept ordering them. So I imagine when they come, there's going to be loads of them. I'm going to have John Silver's all over my house. We're going to give a debut to young Charlie Shaw. And just shuffle, 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 and do that. Should give some of them away. That sounds complicated. It works out perfectly at the moment. I have one set to open and one set to keep boxed in the storage unit for the future. We call them my pension figures. We're gambling on them being worth something, especially these debut figures for a lot of these. Like I've got Jungle Boy's first figure, still boxed. When he's an international super duper superstar, in 20 years' time, when he's a 30-time world champion, I've got his first figure still boxed. We are very good at football. Look at us. Look at us go. Dector with a header from outside the area. Good old little Kev. We're top of the league. We're top of the actual league. I always knew it. We didn't need players. I said to you when we were in the National League that this team was good enough to do back-to-back-to-back promotions without much doing to it. And here we are. Am I still anticipating a bottleneck from the Championship to the Premier League? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll spend 5 years in the Championship. That's the next big building phase. We'll go up this season or next season. I won't get too carried away after one win, but it'll either be this year or next year we go up. But then it'll be at least 5 years in the Championship and then another 10 years in the Premier League before we win it. I've done enough Road to Glories now to know the shape of them. Once you're going to see AEW in August, then definitely. As long as it doesn't clash with stuff. But if it's in August, I don't think I've got much on in August at the moment. I'll rustle up Jack and Smoot. Oh, not Smoothman. Anyone but him. So no one else who can come instead of him. Can't stand him. Unless I get to chop him again. I'll chop him. He loves being chopped. You can still hear my chop thundering around Westfield in Stratford from the last time I went to wrestling with him. I hope they hold AEW somewhere sensible and not at Craven Cottage. Because it's just such an awkward part of London to get to. And there's no parking. And it's just... It's a stupid little football ground. Just because he owns it. Stick it in a copper box or the O2 or something. Put it somewhere sensible. Right. No, they're the wrong way round. Lovely. What do we see in Stratford? New Japan. When they were over, I guess it would be nearly 3 years ago now. Sensible for him, he's Craven Cottage. It's not sensible though, is it? Not as a place to hold a wrestling event. It's a nice enough football ground. It's got nice character. Even for football, it's a pain in the backside. Tried to suggest a venue to Cody's agent 2 years ago. They said they won't consider anything under 10k capacity venues for over here. Well, that makes sense because it will be a comfortable sellout. But it doesn't need to be Craven Cottage. Wrestling should be indoors in the dark, not outside. No one wants outdoor wrestling, especially outdoor wrestling in the UK. I guess in August, you're giving yourself the best chance of it not being rainy, but there's still a pretty good chance it's going to rain. No one wants to watch wrestling in the rain. Right, we just need to get this stuff set up properly. Where's the league table? Is this a cup game? Oh, this is the Ethel Cup. Probably should have rotated a bit for it. I thought this was a league match. Maybe that can be a thing in the next FM. Your stadium can hold concerts, but at the expense of your pitch and facilities potentially being ruined. In my mind, that stuff goes on in FM anyway, and it's none of the manager's business, and I don't need to know it's happening. I certainly would hate for Football Manager to start allowing the manager to have control over stuff like that, because that just breaks any semblance of realism. I'm pretty sure the manager doesn't get a say. How are we only 1-0 up? I thought we'd scored twice. I'm very confused. I need to get pro wrestlers playing FM for the ultimate crossover. Big Damo plays FM. I know he's commented on quite a few of Jack's videos before. The media predicts we're going to finish mid-table. Phil Scott getting injured is a nightmare. But at least Roberts gets to come back and re-debut to replace him. But of all the excitement of Scott re-signing, if he's now out with a broken foot, very upsetting. Am I tempted to buy 2K22? Not at full price, no. I've been too spoilt by Game Pass in recent years. I really bulk at paying £60 or £70 for a game now. It has to be something really, really, really special for me to not just wait for it to be free. So I'll just wait for it to be free. Bought GT7 last week. Absolutely love it. See, I almost did, but then I just kept reminding myself, if I want to play a racing game, I'll just play Forza for free on Xbox. Gran Turismo will be on PlayStation Plus at some point for free, I imagine. I'll get to play it eventually. Elden Ring's been worth £50. See, I would not play Elden Ring if you gave me £50, because it just seems like everything I dislike about video games. I hate boss fights. I hate redoing stuff. And I hate hard games. So, Elden Ring is everything I hate about games. I mean, I don't necessarily have to wait for Gran Turismo to be free. It'll be on sale at some point. Premier Manager or LMA Manager? Never played LMA Manager. Didn't have a PlayStation when that was a thing. Played a lot of Premier Manager, but never played LMA Manager. Yeah, FM's too easy. Where were you when we were stuck in the conference for 5 years? That's the kind of comment I needed then. At the moment, we're doing well because we've put a good team together. Find Elden Ring and FM balance each other out super well. I did see that you can get Logan Paul on DLC for the wrestling game. That didn't convince me to buy it, believe it or not. Yeah, I think more than any other fans in the history of football, these Leamington fans have earned a little bit of success with what they went through trying to get out of the conference. You said before you're not a gamer, just a man who's sitting in a cupboard. I'm definitely a gamer. I'm a massive gamer. I host the UK's #1 independent video games podcast. I just don't like boss battles. Are we still at Butts Park? We're not. We're in Solihull now. I'm the Streamer Showdown boss battle. Exactly. Oh, twisted ankle, 2 months. Said it before and I'll say it again. I twisted my ankle as a child and I was fine the next day. These footballers are cowards. How far from Leamington is Solihull? Half an hour. A little bit further than Coventry was. One day we'll go back to Leamington. One day. But this is not that day. That is a great haircut. Kind of want to sign him. Oh, he's just signed for them, so I can't. That's a shame. What's the podcast? The Mature Gamer Podcast. I need to check if it is still the UK's most popular independent gaming podcast of all time. Let's just have a little check. I haven't checked this for a while. So on Chartable, we're currently number 30 for video games. Are these the all-time charts? If so, we've fallen a lot there. Rank history. Oh, you have to sign in. I know there was a point where we were number 14 on the all-time list. I don't seem to have the all-time one on here, and everyone above us was like a big media company. It doesn't look like there's an all-time chart on there anymore. Maybe you have to log in to find the all-time one. Well, I'm still going to say it then. The UK's #1 independent video gaming podcast of all time. And I'll continue to say it until they can prove me otherwise. And they can't. Read some reviews, just the bad ones. Yeah, the bad ones are fun. It's a wonderful podcast. Anyone who doesn't like it is a stupid moron. We must be doing something right. We've been doing it for 12 years. And they haven't cancelled us. Because that's how podcasts work. Nobody's cancelled us in 12 years. Right, let's do another football. My mouse button has stopped working again. It always seems to happen about halfway through the stream, and I don't know why. And then I have to load up Logitech, and then all of a sudden it should start working again. There we go. And Papa Giorgio is injured now. Oh, it's all going wrong. Who the hell's Niall Smith? Oh, the young winger. Okay. Right, now we can actually fix this. So league table, League One scores. Excellent. Right, let's do a football. Oh, Roberts has let himself be turned around there. That's poor from Roberts. You haven't had a weather report yet. I'll do one now. I mean, it is nice and sunny out there. You saw the sun when I was stood up before. You saw the sun beating through the window. It is a nice sunny day. I am wearing shorts. This is my first stream of 2022 wearing a pair of shorts. Spring is fast approaching, and I am very much excited about it. Nobody likes grotty old winter. Have I ever listened to the Quickly Kevin podcast? I've never heard of a Quickly Kevin podcast. There are no TNT vans outside, I'm afraid, no. We will hydrate. Hughes is unplayable in this league as well. It's brilliant. I like grotty old winter. What could you possibly like about grotty old winter? Is it the rain you enjoy? Or the darkness? or maybe how cold it is all the time? I don't particularly like hot weather either. But I don't like it being dark all the time. That's the thing I hate most about winter. In fact, it's always dark. We're having a Dr. Pepper stream soon. Probably not. Dr. Pepper has caffeine in, doesn't it? So I can't drink Dr. Pepper anymore. Hey, Edwards has his first goal for the club. Lovely, 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 lovely. Let's have another look. Oh, we're such a good football team. Spring is a pretty good time of year. I do enjoy spring. With, of course, the main event of spring being London Comic Con at the end of May. The greatest time of the year. I haven't got my CPAP machine yet. No, I get it in just under 3 weeks. I'll get my CPAP machine. You'll be experiencing fully oxygenated Kev for the first time. If what I've read online about them is true, you'll watch me immediately over the course of like 3 weeks. You'll watch me halve in size, look 10 years younger, and be absolutely bouncing full of energy. I assume all of that is guaranteed to happen immediately. Grey hairs will disappear. Wrinkles will go. Aches and pains will disappear. It's going to be great. Right, let's do another football goal. In fact, we might offer some encouragement to try and make it happen. Oh, I tell you what, Edwards is quite good. We have a nice little selection of very nice footballers now. Everyone's shattered, which is a little bit of a shame. Let's get New Boy Smith on. Have a look at him in midfield. The one I signed by mistake because I thought he was the right back, but now he's just an extra handy midfielder to have around. There we go. Come on, let's do a football. How was it determined I need a CPAP? I need a sleep study, which established I have sleep apnea. Very severe sleep apnea. Autumn's the best season. No, it's not. Football season starts and I'm still full of hope. Yeah, I don't run my years by the football season. I'm more interested in the weather. Autumn's when I have to work hard. Autumn's when Football Manager comes out. So autumn's when everything's starting to get darker and my workload's trebled. And I just lock myself in my cupboard for 3 months in the dark. Spring means the hard part of the year is over. And I get to start reducing my schedule a little bit, getting ready for some rest over summer. Ready to do it all again. What triggered me to get a sleep study? I snore a lot. Anna made me do it. She got fed up with my snoring. Bum, 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 bum. And it turns out that I have like, I can't even remember what it was. 70 apneas an hour, something ridiculous. I spend more time not breathing than breathing over the course of the night. No, the other way around. I spend more time not breathing than breathing. How did I sign up for a sleep study? I mean, you can just go to your GP and ask for one, but I just did it privately. I went onto the Philips sleep study website. I think it was 150 quid. Just talking about it, it's making me sleepy. And they sent the thing out. I got it all sorted. Did I ever experience palpitations? Just that one time last year when I ended up in hospital. It wasn't at night time. I don't think it was related. I guess it could be related. Right. Beautiful. We're facing Wimbledon. Let's beat them. Reminder, boys and girls, 4 o'clock today, we have the premiere over on YouTube for Where We Go Next in Non-League to Legend. If you didn't watch yesterday's Non-League to Legend, you missed a resignation. Today you find out where I end up. Edwards is very good at football. He is worth every penny that we're paying him. New boys combining here for this goal. Beautiful stuff. I like the fact we've got 2 headbands as well. Edwards and Theodros, both with their headbands. Yes, it will be a premiere. It's deliberately a premiere to stop people skipping through and spoiling it. So if you want to watch it unspoiled, watch it at 4 o'clock. Because then you'll find out at the same time as everybody else. The other thing to remind you of is there won't be a stream tomorrow. So no stream tomorrow. We'll be back Thursday for the network game. And then we should be streaming Friday as well. But no stream tomorrow. It's not as simple as saying just don't look in the comments before you watch the video. People could put it on Twitter or anything. If you want to be guaranteed of watching it completely unspoiled, you watch it as it's happening. If you're not bothered, watch it whenever. Bum, bum, bum. Come on, let's do another one. are a lovely, lovely football team. Look at this. Look at it. It's the Headband Boys. I would love to go up with Posh this year. That would be amazing. Getting promoted together. If any team, if there's any team I would want to be in second place behind me, it's them. Come on, chaps. Let's do a football. Look at this lovely passing game that we play. Oh. Oh. I have purchased the shirt. But I had an email this morning saying it was being delayed, which is a bit annoying. I was really happy because I managed to purchase it with a pouch discount. Saved £21 using pouch. Exclamation mark pouch in the chat. But then got an email this morning. So I ordered it on Monday when I recorded the video. So I knew who I was managing next before yesterday's stream. But yeah, I had an email this morning saying it had been delayed. So hopefully it'll be here soon. I have had to record episode 1 with the new team without the shirt, which is sad. Any other accessories? Well, I bought the shirt, I bought a training shirt, and I bought a pin, the way I normally do. Purchased the shirt, so it's not Chelsea. I mean, like I said at the time, it's not in England. It was never going to be in England. Posture check. Hydrate. Lots of you agreeing with Stewie, what Stewie said. Non-League Legend has introduced me to FM streaming, so got a lot to thank you for, Kev. Introduced me to a great world and maybe re-enjoy my own game a bit. Oh, that's really cool. Colour scheme. I'm not sharing the colour scheme. I did have to make a decision about who to leave off the intro this morning, because my intro templates that I've only got a 3 club and a 4 club template. I didn't ask for a 5 club template to be made. And those templates take a long time to put together, so there was no way to get a 5 club one in time. So I have had to eliminate one of the previous clubs from the intro. Yes, it was. Yeah, obviously it's Schalke. I did make 2 versions. I had one version where I eliminated Leamington, and one where it was Schalke, and I went with the Schalke one because it doesn't make sense to call it a non-league legend if you don't start at Leamington. Schalke was only 8 episodes, so they are gone. Just continually get revenge on them any way possible. Right, come along then. Are we still top of the league? We're not, with 3rd. Oh yeah, leaving him off the CV. It never did happen. This new club was me going abroad for the first time. dear me. We are playing a McDonald's sandwich between two Wimbledon pieces of bread. Officially confirming Wimbledon twice as good as McDonald's, which we all knew. So we're going abroad. Yeah, I confirmed yesterday I wasn't going to take another job in England. It was always going to be a move abroad. There was no way I was going to manage someone else in England. Do I know who got the Norwich job? Yes. I can't tell you. Because it's all part of the merry-go-round. And it ends up quite the merry-go-round. Oh, what happened there? That wasn't a glorious moment for us. Why is Balogun playing centre half? I should pay attention when I hit quick pick sometimes. Not much I can do about it now. Feels like a mistake. So a PS5 in the wild, second-hand shop, 810 quid more than the asking price. Is it still hard to get PS5s? That is nuts. Whip my wop my gate. Thank you for 15 months. Yeah, we're offering some encouragement. Have Sony considered just trying to make enough of them? Then they wouldn't be so hard to get hold of. That'd probably be the easy solution here. Just make enough of them. Hard to get the chips. Big processor shortage. Well, they should do what Apple did then and just create their own processor. It's not holding Apple back. To be fair, I had no problem getting any of the current consoles. We had 2 PS5s pre-ordered, arrived on launch day. Xbox, 2 Xboxes, no issue. Got the OLED Switch when that came out. I think if you keep your ear to the ground, they're not that hard to find. Certainly not to the point where you need to pay spending £800 on one. That's mad. Oh, right, come on, let's have a winner. GPU market sorting itself out. Oh, does that mean I can finally upgrade? Not that I really need to. Oh, here's that lovely football again. You get a prize if you guess the new team. If you guess first time, you get my respect. That is a prize. That is enough of a prize on its own. You only get one guess. Because ultimately, there's probably only 10 or 12 teams it could possibly be. It's not like you're guessing from an infinite number of teams. I'm not going to go and manage some mid-table dross somewhere else, am I? It's going to be... I'll be moving to a club of an equivalent level to where Norwich are. So we're looking at Champions League clubs. I just pressed the wrong button there. I can let you narrow it down even more. It's Champions League clubs, but it's not going to be anybody who has just won their domestic league either. Because I want there to be some challenge to it. So it's somebody who's finished in positions 2 to 4 in Germany, Italy, France, or Spain in last season. Ah, no, not approach agent. No, 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 no. Come on, let's get these all scouted or trialed. All of a sudden, there's loads of good players appearing on this recruitment meeting. Where was this meeting at the start of summer? They were all dross back then. These seem to have taken a step up a little. It's almost as if we're now established more as a League One team. We can maybe get a higher caliber of player. Look at all these lovely trialists coming in. It's like it's the 1st of July all over again. Well, we're not signing Dylan Gabouli. Oh dear, these are all rubbish. I think I need to sack all the scouts. Oh, is this the striker I've wanted all summer? 24-year-old, pretty pacey. Scores prolifically internationally. Named after a part of the mouth. He's got everything I'd be looking for in a player. We might be bringing in Leroy Tongue. Oh, are we hitting the ceiling of our budgets here? What's going on? Don't want to pay a signing on fee. We do fancy a bit of tongue. And that is all the clues you're getting about who I'm managing next. You'll just have to watch the episode to find out. I could have given you an even bigger spoiler before, because when I said I got an email from the manufacturer, I almost said the name of the manufacturer, the kit manufacturer, and that would have really narrowed it down. Now I've basically given you 12 clubs to choose from. If I'd have told you who made their kits as well, it would really, really narrow it down. Can Kev confirm if he's seen the team in the comments? I mean, I could. I won't, but I could. We have tongue. There we go. We have another striker in. You can never have too many strikers, as far as I'm concerned. Why does it not automatically register Worcester? That's a weird thing. Oh, we've got all these internationals now as well. It's so exciting. I never said it was an obscure kit manufacturer. But just knowing the kit manufacturer, obscure or not, narrows it down, doesn't it? I couldn't actually tell you who makes the kits for those 12 teams. I couldn't tell you who the 12 teams are, let alone who makes the kits for them. What were the clues? Cryptic. I feel like the clues were all there in yesterday's video. It's not an English team. It's equivalent level to Manchester City. Not Manchester City, Norwich. It's equivalent level to Norwich, the team I've just left. Which tells you it's in one of the 4 other countries I've got loaded, and it's a Champions League club. And then the only other new clue is that I wanted a bit of a challenge, so I wasn't going to go to anyone who just won their domestic league. So it's a team that's finished 2nd to 4th in either France, Italy, Spain, or Germany in the last season. And they have kits that are manufactured by a kit manufacturer, which is a big clue. Oh, it's lovely football and a lovely run again and a lovely goal. Just as well the shirt didn't arrive. It might have been on the door already. Oh, yeah, it would have been. That would have been a massive spoiler. Ooh, Big Holman. Big Holman. What a man. He's big and Holman-like. Nice finish. Oh, Big Holman's in again. This time it goes wide. Just keep lumping it forward at Big Holman. That seems to be the route to goal. Might have to start playing him up front. Do they have training tops with spaces where you can put your thumbs in? I don't know. I don't get to look through the whole range when I'm shopping for this kind of stuff. I filter it to 3XL and then see what they've got in 3XL. And what I don't know if what I've ordered has thumb holes. Just need to reply to a message to Anna. She still hasn't told me what I've done that was naughty. First trailer for Miss Marvel on Disney Plus is out. Oh, excellent. First impression is not Marvel's strongest trailer. It's going to be awesome, though. One of my favourite comic series. Will I be eating bratwurst, paella, pasta, or baguettes? I mean, you've just named 3 things that I can put inside a baguette there and just have it all together. So I don't see why I have to choose. Just pile it all into a baguette. It'll be lovely. Keeping a good poker face, better than the end of yesterday's stream when you gave away the fact you'd left Norwich. Did I? What did I say? Hector with a hat trick today. Good work from him. I'm very much looking forward. Talking of baguettes, you've got me excited now. Because I'm very excited to be going back to France in less than 2 months to get some proper baguette for the first time in years. I haven't had a proper baguette for a long time. I cancelled the house I was renting in Schalke. No, Brendan Rodgers lives in it. I'm subletting to Brendan Rodgers. He loves it. Don't let him decorate, though. You don't have baguettes in Britain. Not proper baguettes, no. There's nothing quite like a proper French one. Get proper croissants. Oh, I will. Don't you worry. Croissants for breakfast, baguettes for lunch, baguettes for dinner. I don't need normal food in France. Just bread. Just bread. All the bread. Bread me up. Sometimes get a baker outside of France who gets it right, but not often. Proper French baguettes are better. And also good. Yeah, exactly. They are. It's just French baked goods in general, just better. And then I need to swing by Bruges on the way home to get myself some mussels. That's eating. What about Danish? What about it? Give me French any day of the week. No doubt there'll be a lot of special Disney 30th anniversary food and merchandise that needs to be sampled. Probably. Don't you mean Brussels for your mussels? I do not. I don't like Brussels. I've been to Brussels a couple of times. I don't really like it there. I don't know what it is about the place. It feels like it's not as well put together as a proper big city, like a Paris or a London. It's got that little city feel. It's just a mess, Brussels. I just don't like Brussels. It's just a mess. Whereas Bruges, perfect. Everything's in walking distance of the one train station. If you could only eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would I pick? Oh, what a question. Am I having to make it myself, or is someone providing it to me? Because that is crucial. If I could just have someone deliver something free of charge from the Wagamama menu every day, I think that would sort me out. 30th anniversary food at Disneyland Paris looks expensive compared to previous years. I mean, me and Anna were talking about this the other day because we haven't got the half board option this time. Because we've had 6 meals inside Disneyland Paris now, I think. And I've only really enjoyed one of them. I don't really rate the food at Disney, full stop. So we just won't eat at the park. Simple. I'd much rather go back to the hotel, swing by the bakery and make myself a ham and cheese sandwich and a lovely baguette than choke down our dodgy Disney burger. The only meal we've enjoyed at Disney was at Pirates of the Caribbean restaurant, which was really nice. But I queued for like 45 minutes at Casey's Corner to get a hot dog. And it was the worst hot dog I've ever had. And it was like €8 for a terrible dry hot dog. At that moment, I decided I'm not going to mess around eating in the parks again. Especially when we're there with Andy, and he's limited on how long each day he can cope with being in the park anyway. We don't need to waste that time eating. We can eat back at the hotel. We have played that same through ball to Hughes about 8 times this match, and he finally scores one. Has it been given offside? Oh, my word. We're going to get him with one of these in a minute. We're just playing this through ball over and over and over again. What I do like is Earl of Sandwich in the Disney Village. Basically, I'm going to be happy just having sandwiches the whole time. And I can fairly confidently say there'll be no point in my life where I have a McDonald's at Disneyland. Whoever just suggested that. It baffles me that there's a queue for McDonald's at Disneyland. The one thing you can have literally anywhere else in the universe. People queue to have it at Disneyland. Absolutely baffling. Need to try a sandwich and Annette's diner. See, I wasn't that impressed with Annette's. That's another one that I wasn't that keen on. Everything was just absolutely drenched in cheese. I've said to Anna, we'll probably try Annette's again because Andy didn't mind being in there. The atmosphere was his kind of place. So we'll probably try Annette's again. But just be really clear, I don't want everything dripping in cheese. The stalls around the studios near Ratatouille are decent. They are. They smell good. Oh, Theodros, what a man. One place we might try is the Rainforest Cafe. I know we can go there in the UK, but we tried once and Amy got robbed. So we've still never actually been. So maybe we'll try Rainforest Cafe in the Disney Village. That might be nice. Oh, it's that same through ball again. Hughes has had so many chances in this game. What have we got to do to get that man a goal today? It does make me worry a little bit that maybe he's not cut out for this level. He's making all the right runs, but just not applying the finish. Anna's here. Hello.
I don't know why or where or how.
Forward that to me.
Yeah.
And I'll forward that to the relevant people and say, what the hell? Yeah. I think what it will be is they don't realise he's disabled, because kids who are not disabled do have to pay for their school transport once they're over 16. So they've just not got him marked down as being with a disability. So it'll be fine. We've just had a bill for Andy's school transport since September. And he doesn't have to pay for school transport. Right, come on. Let's keep playing those through balls. See if Tongue can have more luck with them. Tongue it! Oh. Oh. That's a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. Our man fell over. That must be a penalty. These two fullbacks are unplayable. They are causing so much chaos. Oh, it's beautiful. Am I leaving the Pokemon cards with neighbours now? Just getting them delivered straight to the storage unit. Back up to 4th in the league as things stand. Can we get to the top of the table by the end of the stream? That's got to be the plan. Come on, just have our fullbacks continue to ruin opposition defences. Oh, there you go. Tongue's first chance in behind. I mean, that looked like a foul. But a couple of iffy tackles from Plymouth. Oh, that's some good defending. Who is that? Is that Roberts? Cooper. Lovely defending. Tongue's just absolutely bottled his chance at a first goal for the club. Come along then. We've got Tongue, they've got Harden. This is a wonderful thing. Do 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 do. Right, who are we playing next? We want more wins. I love the fact that Theodros just continues to get better every time we get a promotion. He's playing at the highest level he's ever played at in his career. And he's also having his best run of football he's ever had in his career. He is just a wonderful man. Still doesn't support Leamington, though. Still a big fan of Bognor Regis from that 1 year he had on loan there. I mean, Amari, could you not just be a Leamington fan now? What was so great about your 1 year at Bognor Regis? That wasn't even a year he was a revelation. I'd understand if he had a soft spot for Guiseley, because that's the year he did like 40 goal contributions. Best season of his career up to this point. But no, he's a Bognor Regis fan. Right, it is transfer deadline day. I don't imagine... Oh, it's not actually. Monday is transfer deadline day. I don't imagine we need to do any business at this point. We're not really in a position to do any business. So we're definitely not doing any. I'll rotate for a Papa John's plate game. Absolutely. Although actually you can't rotate too much for him because you have to have X number of players from your previous match in the team. So we can't rotate massively. Plus, it's League One. We don't need to rotate. All our players are interchangeable at this level. We're not even missing Scott. Roberts has just slotted straight in, and it's like, yeah, fine, didn't need him. Gilks is being linked with a move away from the club. To be honest, if we get an offer for Gilks, I am not against selling him again. Because we know he'll just come back. We don't need to take part in transfer deadline day. Rotation is tricky with my massive squad. We don't need to rotate. Excellent. Just had it confirmed that the neurodiversity panel is coming back to London Comic Con again in May. Excellent. 4 shows in a row. We'll have done that panel now. I've told you before I've told the people who are doing the panel with me. They should be watching the stream. It's their own fault. So if you're at London Comic Con in May, you get to see us do the panel again, which will be lovely. Come on. Come on, everyone. Pick those fingers. And transfer deadline day is over. Beautiful. Swindon spent £775,000. Burnley also doing some tongue action this transfer window. I must say, you look really powerful right now. I'm probably 3 times stronger than Benji. I mean, it's a weird way to judge someone's power. I'll take it. What a strange thing to say. Some of you lot are really weird. Just going to sit here clicking my fingers. Having a lovely time. Come on. Oh, blimey. There's somebody at the door. Might just go and see what's going on out there. What? What? That makes more of a sentence. I thought you said, which isn't a normal section of words, I thought you said scrawny more bed. Which is why I said, what? Oh, that's not even a little bit interesting. That's the canker powder you asked for Dave. Ooh. Is that the only Amazon parcel? It's really boring when we have a boring Amazon day. I like to get a selection of parcels. Are you going to tell me why I'm in trouble yet? Can you text me? I want to know.
Was, Kevin. You know the other day when you said you ate cheese like a lollipop?
Cheese like a lollipop. I do not remember that, no.
Well, you did. You said, I ate cheese like a lollipop.
Right.
And I know what cheese it was. You put the wrapper on the floor. And you did it the same last night when you had a Chris. You just put the packet on the floor. I'm just sick of you putting things on the floor. Your can is in there from the other day. Your bottle is in there from the other day. You just leave rubbish everywhere. Use a bin.
Okay.
Can you use a bin?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Can you?
Yes.
Why are you smiling?
So I thought I was in trouble about Pokemon cards or something. I can handle being told off for being messy. Thought you'd found my stash.
What's that?
Oh no, don't do that. You'll squash them up. There's some behind the door. You squash, they're being kept for future. They're expensive.
You'll open them.
I've not opened them yet, but if you keep squashing them with the door, one of them's going to be useless.
It's always open. I'm not squashing them.
Goodness me. Oh, I'm blur. I've gone blurry because the camera's focused on you. Camera's a pervert. Right. We're rotating a little bit here. Is that okay? I guess it's fine. Camera, focus on me again. Look, there's my hand. Focus on Kev. Focus on Kev. Focus on me. Do I have to take off my glasses so you know it's a face? Look, this is an actual human face. Why would it not focus on me? Focus on me! I'm the star! This is my stream! Focus on me! Focus on Batman! Cover up that shirt that it's focusing on. What is it focusing on? Ah! I don't know why it's not focusing on me, and I'm very sad about it. Well, we'll just go to this angle then. That'll learn you, you stupid camera. We're just going to watch the room from up here. Ha! Bet you're proud of yourself now, aren't you? Stupid idiot. That's what you get. That's what you get. Yeah. I can't even reach it to cover it up properly. Hey! I'm back. Beautiful. So she hasn't found the Pokemon cards. That's the important thing. She already knew about the ones behind the door. I don't think she heard me. We are going to have to do this. Because we've run out of defensive midfielders. There we go. I have remembered to save the Norwich squad for the LOLLUJO Cup, yes. We have gone old school. My first 3 years on YouTube are in this formation. Come on, let's do a football. It's only Southampton. Oh, lovely. We're still good. We're still a good side. Change your formation. That's my form out the window for the next 2 months. Unfortunately, that probably is how it works, yes. Luckily, Mike, you don't actually have to export the team before you resign. I remembered to do it like 3 weeks after I resigned, but no one had left yet, so it's fine. The squads are from the point I leave. LOLLUJO Cup. All teams in versus mode need to be exported post-Feb patch. Well, that's not possible. Because I haven't kept the saves. So that might mean anyone from before that won't be in, even though I did export them. Why do you stick to the diamond and not play around with formations? Because we've had back-to-back promotions. It's like saying to what's his face, that guy what runs fast, Usain Bolt. It's like saying to Usain Bolt, why do you run like that? Why don't you experiment with like doing it sideways or trying to do it on your hands or something? I'm really good at doing it the way I do it, so I just keep doing it that way. That's why we don't experiment. You find the whole point is to find the way that works and then keep doing it. Like a genius, like a handsome genius. That being said, we are being forced into some experimentation in this game because we rotated. And we don't have much in the way of a bench. So we're kind of having to be a little bit creative here. But we do want to get knocked out of this stupid tournament as well, so it's for the best. Yeah. I don't like losing. Even games I want to lose, I don't like losing. But Robert's played well, and that's all that really matters. Oh, I've slammed my team. I've disrespected the Pizza Cup. Well, it is a joke of a competition, and nobody cares about it. So, in your face, Johnson's Paint Pizza Trophy. You had to change your application FM21. You didn't. Oh, you didn't. People love to say you did. The only time you ever have to change the formation is when you get that message that says is unwilling to experiment, and then you can experiment. Because at that point it's telling your formation will not work anymore. You still get that message in FM22. That's been in the game for years. I played 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress for 2 entire games. I'd love to know which 2 games you think I played 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress for. Because that's sounds like you've been listening to Dr. Ben a little bit too much. That's the showdown myth. 4231 Gegenpress isn't even the system I've won most showdowns with. So which two games did I play 4231 Gegenpress throughout? Because it's not been any that I've done on YouTube. If anything, I played a 4-3-3 vertical tiki-taka for about 4 years. While everyone thought I was gegenpressing. That was baffling. Kept winning the showdown with a 4-3-3 vertical tiki-taka. And they keep saying I keep winning it with 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. I'm like, yeah, fine. Think that, you weirdos. It was genuinely baffling. Why do you think I'm doing this thing when you can see I'm doing a different thing? Yeah, last year I did a lot of gegenpress. But I think one of my showdowns last year was still with the vertical tiki-taka. And for a couple of years before, it was that vertical tiki-taka that was really, really good. Maybe if they tried to counter the tactic you actually use, they might have more success stopping me. Yeah, but it will take them years to figure that out. They're too busy trying to outthink it and make themselves look clever. They can't just go with what it says on the screen. The trick to successfully countering someone is to not try and counter them. Just play your own formation really well. Make them counter you. Can we win, please? Our squad depth is already starting to become a little bit of a problem. Dandol, thank you very much for the sub. The Arsene Wenger philosophy. Well, he is the greatest manager of the last 30 years. So I don't mind being compared to Arsene Wenger. Isn't it a bit boring playing the same formation at every club no matter what? How would it be boring? You know what I find boring? Fiddling with tactics. That's a lot more boring. I'd much rather get at a club, use my tactic that I use that I know works, and then get on with the fun parts of the game, which are transfers and matches. Last thing I want to do is be fiddling around with tactics like a nerd. Arsene over Fergie every single day of the week. Fergie was lucky. He lucked into a good bunch of youth players and built a career off the back of it. Arsene Wenger built his team. It's a lot of luck. He was a very lucky man. What about Aberdeen? Doesn't count. It was in Scotland. I could win in Scotland. Even Steven Gerrard was successful in Scotland. What does he know about anything? Didn't Arsene land on the best defence ever known? Yeah, deliberately though. It was all part of his plan. He knew what he was doing. Didn't he also sign Vieira, Anelka and Thierry Henry for a combined £9? How's Fergie given a team he's there for 25 years? Because he was corrupt. Wenger didn't sign Bergkamp. Bruce Rioch signed Bergkamp. Bergkamp and David Platt arrived together under Bruce Rioch. Isn't that the father of my favourite posh manager I'm dissing? Oh yeah, his kid was a genius. That's where the real football management talent lay, in that family. Which is fine. His dad got lucky, his son was a genius. You've all asked for this because there weren't enough upset people when I said knock down Old Trafford earlier. I had to come at you from another angle. And this one is guaranteed fun every time. I do, Jane. I would always prefer Wenger to Ferguson, though. I might be exaggerating a little bit beyond that, but I stand by Wenger being the best manager of the last 30 years. Just purely based on my 30 years of watching football, he's the manager who I think's had the biggest impact on the club that he managed. That's probably the better way to phrase it. Because when I first started watching, United were already good. So I didn't really see the impact of Fergie coming in. Whereas Arsenal were bobbins when Wenger turned up. I can't think of a manager who's had as big an impact as Wenger had at Arsenal. Big Mike, thank you very much for 23 months. A huge difference between being the best manager and a manager that's had the largest impact on a single club. In your definition, maybe. To me, that's what defines the best manager. How big an impact that they have on the club. Because you could probably put, yeah, Fergie had decent longevity and all that. But I'm pretty sure you could put any manager in charge of a Manchester United team that has that crop of young players come through, and they'll win a lot. It was the greatest crop of youth players any club has ever had. Didn't Fergie join a long time before that group of youth? Yeah, but how much did he win before then? Ronaldo wasn't a bad signing. Completely agree. He was almost as good a signing as Thierry Henry. Almost. If Fergie and Wenger swap jobs, who's having a bigger impact? I genuinely think Man United win just as much as they win under Wenger with that group of youth players coming through. And I don't think Arsenal achieve what they achieved under Wenger with Fergie in charge. This is fun. He won a European Cup with Aberdeen. No, he didn't. There's only one European Cup. He won that with Man United. He literally sold all his players so he could get a new stadium. Exactly. What a forward-thinking, club-changing manager that has now left Arsenal in a stronger position now than Manchester United are in, who have now still got to go through that process of bidding off their stadium because they were too focused on the short term. What a forward-thinking revolutionary Wenger was. Here's United now, mid-table side, grotty old ground that they need to knock down and fix. When did United hurt me so much? Throughout the 90s. And I'm pretty sure he hurt everybody who wasn't a Man United fan in the 90s, didn't he? Remember, I'm of the generation that grew up genuinely despising Manchester United because they were winning everything all the time. I imagine the way kids feel about Manchester City now. That's how we felt about Manchester United in the 90s. And the greatest moment of every football season throughout the 90s was in like October, November time when United got knocked out of the European Cup in the group stage again. It just kept happening every year and it was glorious. That was the greatest. I remember how happy we'd all be at school. Everyone would be celebrating the next day. It was wonderful. They're amazing to watch. Surely you just appreciate great football if you're a neutral fan. I don't think you understand football if you genuinely think that. As a non-Manchester United fan, all I ever wanted was for them to lose. Ba, 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 ba. I'm a Bristol Rovers fan. I watch Premier League football I just love to see great football, whoever it is. Yeah. I just like to see Manchester United lose. Not as much as I like seeing Tottenham lose. That one's even more fun. Right, I think we've got time for one more match and one more bit of Manchester United fan baiting. Oh, who chews gum? God. Grow up. You look like a 9-year-old chewing your gum. My word. Suck a mint like a grown-up. Mute? I can. If I can remember how to do it. You should support the club where you're from, who your mum and dad support. Agreed. That's why I'm a Peterborough fan. I'm a Peterborough fan because I was born in Peterborough. My dad's a Peterborough fan. Was born in Peterborough. My granddad was born in North London and was an Arsenal fan. And my great granddad was Unky Herb. Good old Unky Herb. My great granduncle. I mean, it is a different Herbert Chapman, but ooh, it seems right. I was looking at it on ancestry.com. I have a great uncle Herbert Chapman who got married in Northampton at the time when Herbert Chapman, off of Arsenal, was manager of Northampton. It's like, well, that must be my great uncle then. The only explanation. Who's the greatest Peterborough manager? The best Ferguson. Darren Ferguson. The most talented manager in that family. Never knew Benitez supported Posh. Well, these are the things you learn. We are doing some lovely football again. I love the fact that Godwin has developed into being our defensive midfielder, but he's naturally a centre-back. Because when the, I mean, don't let any of the defensive crew know about this, but the wing-backs play so attacking and Godwin now sits so deep that we are basically playing a 3-5-2. We're just not quite calling it that. But if you look at our shape, I'm actually going to do the unthinkable and put 2D Classic on for the rest of the match. Just so you can see that, oh God, just so you can see the shape that we take up. And more often than not, we are a 3-5-2. And it's very nice. This is going to start on me first game of tomorrow. We're not going to see another highlight now, are we? Oh, of course it's a corner. Well, that doesn't help. This is horrible. How do people play the game like this? Ugh. At least I can learn what numbers they play with. Come on, just start me a highlight. Give me a highlight. You can't quite see it on that one because we're so compressed up, but you can see Godwin. Where is he? I'm looking for Godwin's the furthest forward. You're not helping me here, Godwin. Right, anytime now we'll drift into that 3-5-2 shape. So he's kind of sat in front of them, but then when the fullbacks push forward, he's the one staying back with these two. He's basically the libero in a 3-5-2. I like it. I think it works beautifully. Let's get a proper camera angle on, for goodness sake. Felt like I was playing in the past. Get some tongue on. Get some tongue out there. We're 4-0 up against Bolton. We just need Sunderland to drop some points so we can end the stream top of the league. We've ended every stream top of the league for ages. For ages. But we are in a promotion spot, which I guess is nice. We've got a game in hand as well, which I guess is nice. We're doing all right. Kai Edwards has been excellent. He's linking up our forward play beautifully. Well, well, well. We are the Invincibles. What do the media think of us now? 8th is their current prediction. Worcester still the only one in the all-time best 11. The media dream 11. Although to be fair, he should be in our all-time best 11 as well. Of course he is. There he is, look. Beautiful stuff. Right, boys and girls, we are going to wrap the stream up there because today's Non-Leagues Legend is a premiere, so you want to be there dead on 4 o'clock so you don't miss that and miss the start there. You get to find out today who I'm going to be managing next. So go and have a wee, get a cup of tea on or whatever you drink in the afternoon. Gin, I don't know. What do you drink in the afternoon? Probably not gin. It might be gin, no? Is it too early for gin? I don't drink. Do you have? You might have gin in the afternoon. But I remember, no stream tomorrow. We will be back on Thursday, though. So thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. Enjoy Non-League to Legend. Some of you did guess right earlier as well, by the way. Toodle pip, bye!